Well, good morning. I'm Amber Marshall, and I wanted to take you through a full day of me being on the Heartland set. So it starts with me getting ready in the morning, heading to set, and of course bringing my fellow co-star Spartan with me, and getting ready through hair and makeup and going through all the paces. So I can't wait for you guys to join me. Hawk hangs out in his trailer while I go get ready in my trailer, and then we all meet back and head to set.
You slept past your alarm by 15 minutes, but I'm glad you're here. We'll get you started.
Okay, perfect.
Hair and makeup are ready for you. I'll call a wardrobe over.
Well, this is my trailer on the Heartland set. Now this is where I kind of get ready in the morning before I head off. We will be going to hair and makeup first, but let's see what I'm wearing for the day. Very nice. I get a nice, pretty shirt and a jean jacket, and of course some jeans. And then I come to work and cook my own breakfast. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. These guys are awesome and they always know what I want, and I'm kind of spoiled here. I will have eggs Benedict, please. Breakfast of champions. Morning. Well, now I'm gonna get beautified by the most wonderful person in the world. Donna Fuller has been my makeup artist for 18 years.
18 years.
Isn't that crazy? So we know each other better than anyone, I think. She's like my mama. My baby girl. Now I'm ready for the hair chair. I usually always wash my hair at night, and then I have a lot of hair, so it's still wet in the morning, and so Sasha starts by blow drying it and getting me ready for the day. One thing we've learned and mastered over the last several years is the side braid. That's kind of an Amy special. But Sasha always starts on this side because I have so much hair and I've got a lot of like different layers, I guess. So they would hang out the back and it just wouldn't look good. So she does a braid like this first, and then we tie it in with the side braid so it keeps everything all together around the back. All done with my hair and makeup. Now I'm gonna go get ready and head down the set. Come on. Amy Fleming. Well, here we are on set. We just completed the blocking, which means that we look at what we're going to be doing in each scene. So the first one was a scene with Amy and Caleb, and Amy rides in on her horse, and we just kind of want to figure out where we're going to put the cameras, where everything's going to happen and take place for the scene. So that's what the blocking is. And then everybody gets ready. We set up the cameras, we set up the lights, and make sure that we're all ready to go, and then we'll shoot the first scene. But a lot of times when I have downtime, I like to hang out with the horses, and I'm pretty lucky that I get to have one of my old boys on set with me, and this is Hawk. And Hawk just recently started playing the role of Spartan. So one thing that happens in Heartland is we all have stunt doubles, including the horses. Now we have a scene coming up later where Spartan is running around in the round pen. Well, anyone who knows good old Hawk knows that running is not exactly his favorite thing to do. So we've brought in another horse that can do a lot of the running around so that he can just do what he does best and stand and look beautiful. So we just did the first setup in that shot. So basically we call that the master. That's the master shot. It's the biggest, widest shot of the scene. So usually that's what you open with. When you see a scene on TV, it opens with the master. It's kind of setting up the mood, I guess, so to speak. And then we move in for what we call coverage, and that's coverage of each person. So now we're doing my coverage, and they'll set up a close-up shot for just me and light it and have it all set up so that it looks the best, and then we'll turn around. You're just such a busy man. So then we'll do a turnaround, and we turn around onto the other character. So in this scene, there's only two characters. There's me and Caleb. And so we do a master shot, and then a close-up on Caleb, a close-up on me, and then sometimes what we call a two-shot, which is self-explanatory, a shot of the two of us that's a little bit closer than the master. If there's multiple people in the scene, we have to do coverage on every person. So usually the most time-consuming are scenes at the dinner table where there's 4 or 5 or 6 or sometimes even 8 of us at the dinner table. We have to do a big master of everyone, and then we have to do coverage on every single person. Currently filming our 18th season of Heartland. We're just about to wrap up. And the last time we did this follow me to set idea was in season 1. So you think about that, that was 18 years ago. And Michelle Morgan did a really fun video where she met me at my apartment, because back in season 1 I was living at an apartment in Calgary, and walked everyone through kind of a day in the life of working Amber. And it's really fun being able to reminisce and look back to my 19-year-old self living in a condo downtown Calgary with my cat Chevy. He was in the video, and I remember I showed up at work and I would always bring a pet. From day one I brought Chevy with me, and I fed him in the video, and then it's funny, I come to set now with my dog Rain and I feed her. It's really cool for me to look back and see myself as this young 19-year-old girl living in a downtown Calgary condo with my cat, and to how so much has changed over the last 2 decades of me living in Alberta and working on Heartland, but at the same time, not a lot has changed. I still show up to work with an animal every day, and I still love what I'm doing, and I still feel right at home here. And now, instead of living downtown Calgary, I live on my own ranch, and I have a few more chores to do every day, but it's all so rewarding for me, and I feel like it has made my character who she is. So we just blocked our second scene. So now I have a little bit of time, because what they're doing right now is setting up for that new scene. So they have to lay the dolly track where the camera goes, they have to set up all the lighting, make sure everything's good, and once they're ready, they'll give me a call. So typically what I do in these moments of downtime, I guess you could call them, is I will read my lines. So a lot of people always say, like, how do you memorize everything? And I think the key for me being a television actor is you don't have to memorize an entire script in one go. I only memorize scene by scene. So for me, I usually look over what I have to do the night before. So I'll read it and say, okay, I've got 6 scenes, this is what I say, and if there's any big monologues or big chunks of dialogue, then I'll spend some time the night before just getting it in my head and making sure that it all makes sense to me. But if they're just smaller scenes like I have today, with not a ton of dialogue, I'll just read it over once, make sure it all makes sense to me, and then I spend the time when they're setting up actually memorizing. So that's kind of how I do it, is it's in chunks, one bit at a time. Well, I don't want to spoil the reality for some of you who look at Heartland as a real family living in a real ranch. So if you want to keep believing that it's all rainbows and unicorns, maybe don't watch this part. But for those of you who want a little sneak peek, follow me. So this, of course, is the Heartland House, and we have done many scenes on this porch. And when you come through this door, you will see that this is actually not a real house. This is just a set that was created for the purposes of filming on location. So this entire interior set is recreated in a studio in Calgary, and we don't film anything in this actual house here, so it's just for the exterior shots so that we can see it in the background, we can shoot on the porch. But for anything that you see in the Heartland House, that's all done over an hour away in Calgary. Well, I started off this day as Amber, and I am concluding with you all as Amy Fleming. And I want to thank all of you for coming on this journey with me and starting at my own ranch and ending here at a ranch that feels very much like my home. It's been 18 years, and I hope we get a few more, maybe another 18. So thank you guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for being fans.